I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's Daily Review. Today is Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. So we had this candle here, and price opened up, came up, took out the previous day high. All right, and this is technically yeah, so I'm sorry, took previous day high and tapped up into the open of this candle here right there, came down and then bounced up a little bit here, so covered pretty much the imbalance of yesterday's candle and did not get into this massive imbalance on this daily candle here. So let's go into a smaller time frame real quick, 4 hour, and you'll see here that we're still sticking with our bias here of sells, only because of the fact that it did take out this high. It did get into that imbalance of that 4 hour right there, and we took some liquidity on the top side, so looking for sells on the bottom side. I didn't see it coming up too much because we need to kind of retrace at the least, even if we're gonna still go up. But I'm bearish. I'm looking for sells here, but I'm not saying that we can't come up and can't come above here with the news coming. What do we got? We got news tomorrow, Wednesday, 8:15, 10 o'clock. We have Thursday unemployment claims, and then Friday we have more non-farm employment change and all that. So that being all said, it's going to get tricky here because they could still push this price up. What I would like to happen and what's going to happen is something different, obviously. But, you know, I don't know if they come and take this back out to get back into this high right here. That would be definitely the next target on the top side. And I don't really see it happening though. I mean, I really don't see it. I'm put a question mark there and put it to the right, and we'll see. But if not, we have this high in itself too. Now, I'm not marking these because I expect it to go there. I'm just saying that it's possible. Now, I'm wanting to come down, obviously, especially into this imbalance in here. So this is where we left off. Let me go into a 1 hour. Isn't really that helpful here, but you will see the goal of the trade was to take this sell, was to come down to the opening of the week gap, and then also I refined it to an imbalance on the 1 hour here. So yes, I'm sorry, it was helpful, but I mean, see how I have this imbalance between these two candles. I already highlighted that in my day, and then I had plans on coming to just the opening in general. And then on top of that, I refined it with the block right there. You could drag that out. Didn't need to so much. I was focused on the imbalance, and then caught a buy up. I'm still in this buy, but don't know what's going to happen with that. But definitely closed out of my sell position. And was it smart to close it? Maybe not. I could have. This could be a big position for the whole month. This might be the high of the month, and it might just come down. I don't know, but it's okay because there's opportunities every day, right? And also, this is Tuesday, so Tuesday will generally make the high of the week. Anywhere between Monday and Wednesday, Tuesday is generally where the high of the week is, and then we'll stay bearish if we do. So another reason to sell here as well. Not saying it can't come into Wednesday, but that was the logic. So let me go into a 5-minute here. And so you can see the opening gap there. Price comes up again above that high, gets into that 4 hour imbalance, taps into that block that was there, and then we started to see price bearish movement here. Could have been a seller there. That's a little not enough data. Could have been a seller here, but I'm not trading at that time at 8:20. I knew we had news at 10 o'clock, so I decided to wait till 10 o'clock. But we are in. Look at the background. This gray. This is a previous week gap as well. Back, who knows? I can't go back there, but you can find out where the gap is here. But we're in there, and we're now underneath it, coming underneath it fully. And then now we had 10 o'clock news here, and I got to show you on a 1 minute. So take a look here. So those were on the 5 minute. You could have took that trade, but I'm not there. I'm not there either. Can't see it on the 1 minute. Also on a 5 minute, this is on this 1 minute, there's an imbalance right there. But whatever, I'm not really interested yet, and waiting for 10 o'clock news. So here's the situation. Long story short, when we break this level, we've broke structure. So excuse me, I should have had this prepared, but I did not. I don't have to see that. I see it with my own eyes. I don't need to write it, draw it out. But anyway, so once we took out this low, that's when I knew we kind of broke structure, but we did come up above this high. So it almost kind of changed my idea to go bullish because of the high being there, and maybe they have intentions of going up. But so this is a break of structure here, because we had two breaks. We come down here, come back up, we break here again, right? So we not only do we break that, but we're breaking this, right? So for me, I'm looking for a retracement. Thought I would have stopped here, but it kept going. So they also do this to look like it's a lot of strength in this and that, but they told on themselves as soon as they left this imbalance right there. So as soon as they left their imbalance there, and I even waited, because the imbalance happened here, and then we were poking above, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss it, I'm gonna miss it. But I was like, let me get to 50% of this candle. Look, sure enough, it smacked it beautifully. By the time I made the decision, this and that, I had my entry here, and my stop loss is always above that imbalance, the second candle of the imbalance, generally. So anyways, beautiful. Called it while it was happening. I was loving it. And then sure enough, it broke down. You had an opportunity to get in right there. You had an opportunity to get in right there. Even though you can't see that, the algorithm will sometimes make an equal high right there. And sometimes we'll think, oh, well, that's going to take liquidity. But no, when it's moving, it will do that. And it's pretty much the same price level. So once it reached it, you could have pushed the button and been a seller. Other than that, you had some other opportunities here when it came to this gap right here. When this price retraced back into this candle, that's a block. Price came back in right here and did not tap that block. Would have been nice to tap it, but it didn't. But it did get into this imbalance, so that was technically enough. But that was an opportunity. And then this entire block right here held. Drag that out, seller, and it was playing around. And the reason why I wasn't scared when it was doing all this, because I thought this was creating order flow. I was like, oh, okay, this block is holding, it's going to go up. But I reminded myself, we got this. We're too close to this opening gap. Number one of the week. Number two, I do have this hour imbalance that I showed you earlier in the video, and look, came right to it beautifully, and I was out of the trade. But you have to pay attention to the price and the candles, what they're doing. Look how the bodies respected that hour imbalance. That's this long one here, right? Look how it respects the bodies, right? So it dips down just to clear price, and I wasn't like, I know I had this daily imbalance here, but at the same time, I knew this gap would hold support, and I knew that we've been falling all day. that the price would like to go cover shorts now. Sure enough, I get this big bullish candle, and then price retraces back into the block, and I am a buyer. So let me show. I think it's a 5 minute for you is better. Where'd it go? Okay, so the 5 minute, you can see that we had an imbalance, price come back into an imbalance. So this was the second opportunity. I'm already in the trade because of the 1 minute. Go back to the 1 minute for you. And this is the 5 minute imbalance. So when it retraces, that's your next opportunity. Plus with this block right here, if you put a line right there. All right, right there. And then price does come back, and probably everybody was shitting bricks, whoever entered here. But if you have your stop loss below that block, you'd be fine, and you would have to have held. Even when this price came back, for me, I was a little wary, only because that's a far enough to retracement for me. But if it broke this block, I would have been out for sure. But I'm expecting for it to hold this block right here. I'm expecting it to hold, and it sure did. And as you can see, where did it tapped nicely that same block. Drag it out. Look at it's by the point, man. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that I expect to see if it's working. The algorithm is running the way I expect it to run, right? So there is another opportunity there. Then you had this imbalance here. You could have bought there. I don't do multiple trades. I just really I mean, it depends, but I generally focus on one good position each swing. I'm trying to be an intraday swing trader is what I normally do. But sometimes I will scout. But these are another, because it's, look how massive that is, right? So price broke up, back up again, and comes back in. You are a buyer again, and you'll see that it's testing this opening gap of the new week. And you had some more opportunities by this block right here, holding this candle, and as you see, makes lows, does not come underneath. That's what I want to see. I want to see this gap unfilled. I want to see this if it's strength to the top side, and then we kind of closed out right there. So don't want to make this video too long, but we do have, so I'm going to go to 15 minute, and if you're looking at price, you're like, okay, we've got a lot going on here. We're bouncing in between all these. So we bounced here, came down, bounced on the weak gap, came to this gap right here, retraced back into that gap, went above this gap, and then tested it, came up. So I'm assuming that we're going to, if I go to 1 hour, I'm assuming that we're at least going to kind of retrace back. That's why I took the buy, because I'm counter trending. Even if I want sells, I'm still able to catch this trade, and I believe that we're going to come back into this block right here as a resistance block and close up price, and we'll see if that happens. But somewhere in here, I'm going to delete that, and somewhere here I'm expecting to retap. So this buy that I took, I'm expecting to tap that opening day gap, coupled with, now it doesn't have to tap it exactly, but at least my target is right here. If I'm going to take this buy up to here, can it break above there? Yes, it can. I don't know if it's going to. I really don't care. But I do want to seal this price. See that? So other than that, I think we're pretty much done with the video. Let me see the daily real quick. As you see what my targets are on the downside, and I just gave you my targets to the upside, and that's where we are. So all right, hope this helps. You guys take care, and God bless.